G'day, my name is Seamus Anthony, aka the Flipster Doofus. Really getting with this. This is a video that I've made this morning about sending my stuff off on eBay that I've flipped on eBay, that I'm posting off on eBay because it's all about eBay, right? Okay, let's get on with it. Oh, come on, you supposed to stand it up. By the way, this is later in the day. This is at the end when I've had enough of shooting this video, but we're going to go back in time now. You ready? It's very early on a Saturday morning, very rainy. I had a good night of sales, actually, a particularly good night. Now I'm just here in my disaster of an office. And I've got to find those items that I've sold, and I need to make some space on my desk. I got to pack them up and ship them off. It's exciting though. Yesterday I made 3 big sales, which is a big day for me. I sold a Bee Gees vinyl record, and I sold this cool vintage case. It's kind of, apparently it's a Masonic case that the Freemasons used to store their regalia, whatever that means. The third thing I sold was a really major one, which is this Street Fighter console. But for now, I need to get everything wrapped, and I need to drink this coffee and wake up because I don't really have it together yet. I'm feeling a bit cross-eyed because it's very early. Everyone else is still in bed. All right, so let's get this desk organized. I've got some packing tape here that I'm going to need to crack open soon, but I'll just put it over here on these magazines, this bundle of magazines that I'm selling. This thing here is a Garfield cup, like a collectible Garfield movie novelty cup thing that I sold. But the guy hasn't paid for it, so he's not getting it until he pays. What else we got here? We've got all kinds of stuff that needs packing up. Tape, I'm going to need that. Bubble wrap. I collect all the bits that I chop off when I'm packing because I figure I'll use them. Customs forms here for when I sell things that go overseas, and here's the labels that I fill out. This is my photography booth at the corner. You can see that I haven't really got super pro in my setup yet. We're going to need that. That's some cling wrap there. And I'm going to need to find the sticky tape. It is true that because of my disorganized office, I waste a bit of time, and it's not going to be forever. I will get it organized. I've got some shelving just waiting for me to put it together, which I'm not looking forward to because that's not my idea of fun. It's a bit hard to get to this stuff, but here's a Bob Dylan album. Here we are. Here's the one that's sold. It's an old Bee Gees album. I'm trying to find this leather case that I sold. I don't know where I put it. Here's some fancy shoes that I've got for sale, and there's a mixer. Got a tub full of books down here, but actually my photography studio inside that is full of voila, there it is. So this is the Masonic case, the leather Masonic case that's sold on eBay for $40 plus shipping, I think. I bought it for $10 at the One Turner Trash and Treasure. Ouch. They always get you in the knuckles, these things, don't they? Anyway, look at that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, don't want to send them that. It's just a little bit of whatever. We'll file that away carefully. Now I need to get the Street Fighter console, which was the big sale of the day, at $200 plus postage. I'm pretty excited about it, but it's kind of big, and I'm going to need to put this phone down to pick it up because for some reason the professional film crew didn't rock up this morning. No idea why. Behold it in all its glory. It's a big one. It's going to be the biggest thing I've actually ever posted. You flip it open and ta-da! Official Street Fighter Anniversary Edition arcade stick. I bought it for $80 at the One Turner Trash and Treasure. I remember the lady at the Trash and Treasure. She was a bit of a tough customer, and she didn't want to bargain, so she was trying to sell it for $100 and something. I can't remember what now, but was way more than I was going to pay. And I was trying to get her to sell it to me for like 30 bucks, and she was like, no way. So I paid 80 bucks for it. My mission is to wrap the vinyl record. There are things called vinyl mailers, which would make sense to have some, but of course I don't. Anyway, so I'm going to hack into this box here, and it could be quite amusing to watch. So that was a rare moment where something was easy. So yeah. Question here. All right, chop along there. And hope that that's... I actually don't think it's quite... Oh, that's better that way, in that direction. See if I can do it without slicing an artery in my leg. Probably be kind of boring to watch me do all of this, so I'll just press stop. Well, it's not the sexiest package you're ever going to see. Anyway, job done. Let's move on. I've just been driving the kids around, and it's getting later in the morning now, so I'm more awake, but I'm still in my pajamas, and it's absolutely bucketing down with rain out there, which is annoying. I thought about this, the Street Fighter unit, which, as you can see, is a big thing, with a bit of a funny kind of vulnerable kind of box. I realised that the customer is based in Mulgrave, which is near where I am in Belgrave. It's about 25 minutes drive, and yeah, weirdly, it's almost the same word, Belgrave, Mulgrave, but they're not really the same thing. But this is irrelevant. What is relevant is that Mulgrave is not very far away, and I thought, you know, I'm going to have to wrap this thing up in a box and really get it super ship shape to then entrust Australia Post not to destroy it. It's going to take a few days before it gets to him in Mulgrave, and I thought, well, I'd rather spend 10 bucks petrol or just drive it down to you. So I called him up and organised it, and he's quite happy for me to drive it around to him first thing tomorrow morning, which will be Sunday morning. But the thing about that is there's a bit of an inherent risk in that. eBay doesn't give you any option if you drop off an item that was supposed to be posted. It doesn't give the customer an option to say, yes, I've received it. And so it puts me at a bit of a risk, because he could just turn around and say to eBay, I never got it, you know, and do a dirty on me. Well, I am going to take the risk, but I'm going to get him to sign something and maybe take a photo with the item. But it saves me wrapping it up, better for the environment. And that's my story. That leaves now the third item of the day to wrap up, which is this vintage case. Who really wants to sit around watching some middle-aged bloke wrap up things? I mean, it's just not that exciting. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So, it's not a great angle. Look, I don't usually record myself talking on the phone. In 400 meters. GPS is going to be interrupting me along the way. What I'm doing is driving to Mulgrave to deliver this Street Fighter 15th anniversary arcade console unit. So this item is a $250 sale, and I'm sure the bloke is a lovely guy and trustworthy and all that, but there is a risk. There's a risk that he could just turn around once I've left, get on the eBay app and say, never received it, he didn't send it. So what I've done is just written up a really dodgy looking handwritten contract. I'm going to get him to sign that when I get to his house. Alright, so I've dropped off the Street Fighter unit, and he was more than happy to sign my dodgy little receipt of acknowledgement, which makes me very happy, because I feel like at least hopefully I've got a little bit of protection if he turned out to be a dubious character, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I guess it's hard to tell, but he looked like a lovely bloke. Anyway, so I'm going to go home, and I'm going to think about whether I'm going to do some more stuff on my eBay business, because it is a little bit of an obsession. I love selling things. Gosh, I love making a sale. Oh, look, there's something at the side of the road. I'm just going to go and check that out. One moment, please, ladies and gentlemen. Who knows what's in that box? Could be something worth reselling. Could be a bolo. No, that was not a bolo. That was not something awesome that I could resell that somebody had left at the side of the road. It was a box full of rubbish. Quite rubbishy rubbish, actually. Takeaway food containers and stuff like that. But you never know, do you? I actually found 6 huge boxes at the side of the road recently, and inside those boxes were lots and lots of lovely books. They were crime books for the most part, but often multiple by the same author, which is good. And I'm still working through those. The bloke came out and said, "Nah, take them. That's what they're there on the street for." And I took all the boxes, and I've been busy reselling those and making a pretty penny. So that's why when I see a box at the side of the road, I stop and I pull over and I have a look, because dignity has got nothing to do with it. So one of the risks, of course, when you deliver a product to your eBay customer personally, like I just did, is that you incur some kind of vehicular expense on the way. And indeed, I was just driving down Wellington Road back towards Belgrave in the southeast of Melbourne, and I thought to myself, gosh, I think I'm going over the speed limit here, which was 80 kilometers an hour. I was going about 90, so I put my foot on the brake, and lo and behold, a couple of minutes later, I drove past a police car that was hiding in the bushes with the radar aimed right at my Volvo. I'm glad the old grey cells kicked in there and I slowed down, because this would have been a very unprofitable drive through the suburbs. Word to the wise, don't speed, kids, especially if you're trying to make money. Anyway, it's been a successful couple of days of sales, and that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. Signing off.